Well, the days are getting longer, days are getting warmer, and it is that time to start growing again. So that's what we're doing today. Welcome back to the channel. We are preparing to get our chickens outside, out of the barn, and back onto pastures. So last year we had the chickens out on pasture over in this bigger pasture right here. It's about 6.5 acres. This year, we're gonna start out by putting them on our smaller pasture. This is about 4 acres. And this is the pasture that we're actually fencing in for cattle. So what I'm trying to do is maybe just get this tilled up a little bit with the chickens over the course of the next couple months, and then go ahead and lay down some fertilizer with their manure. So we're towing them right down these 2 lines right here. We're gonna start here and then just basically bring them back and forth in rows of 2s. We do have chickens coming in about 5 days. We have 7 white leghorns coming, so those are gonna lay white eggs. We have 5 gold lace Wyandottes coming. They're gonna lay a large to extra large brown egg. And then we bought 3 black copper Morans. So black copper Morans lay a very, very dark egg, and they're highly sought after by people at, farmers markets and stuff like that. On top of that, Jacob's 4-H chickens for this year are coming in 3 weeks. So he's got 15 Easter acres coming. So we have 1 more tract over here. We'll be putting those in. And then a week after that, we have our first batch of Cornish cross coming. And then we have a batch at the beginning of every month coming from now until June of this year. We have 1 golden comet that was in quarantine for a little bit of injury to her comb. So we're gonna take her out first and get her into the coop. You can do that inside the coop too, 1 down, what, 30 more to go? That's zoomies for you. Yeah, he's not happy. He's all alone right now. He's a little disgruntled, but he'll be all right. His girls will be back with him pretty soon. Well, Waylon's got to reestablish his order here, I guess. All right, so all these girls are home, and we have all of our egg layers back in their chicken tractors. So these are the 6 layers that we started with 3 years ago. We had bought 3 golden comets and 3 cinnamon queens, and they've done very well as far as egg production is concerned. Now, it's important if you want to keep up your egg production that every 3 years, when these hens start to slow down, which is on a 3-year cycle, that you influx or bring in more chickens to your flock. So that's what we're doing this year, as we talked about. We added the 4 red stars into this chicken tractor. As I talked about before, we have the 15 layers coming in. So what we need to do now is actually get back inside the barn and clean it out and get ready, because this year, now that we have power at the barn, we can actually put the brooders up here rather than in the basement of the house, which gets very stinky, very messy, very dusty. So I'm really excited that we have power up here. We're going to be doing 3 little brooders inside of the chicken coop in our barn. 1 for the meat chickens, 1 for Jacob's 4-H, and 1 for the 15 layers that are coming in 6 days. So that's the plan. Let's clean out the barn and get the brooders set up. Alrighty, so we got our last load all loaded up, and as you can see, we're all shoveled out and swept out. So this is good, this is perfect. Now I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing over here with the nesting boxes and the food tray. So my plan is this: we need a brooder that is transformable. We get small batches of chickens and we get large batches of chickens. I need something that can handle a mixture of both. So a brooder that's transformable, and also when I take the brooder out, I need a plan for where to put the layer boxes and the feed trays. So my plan for the layer box and the feed tray is actually to hang it on what's called a French cleat. And it's basically like a board that's mounted on the wall that's got a 45-degree angle cut on it. And then there's a matching board that gets screwed to the layer box with the inverse side of that angle, where you can just basically put the layer box right up against the wall and then slide it down on that French cleat, and it hangs in place. So that's the plan for the layer boxes and the feed tray. I have to get materials for this brooder. I have nothing on hand to actually build this brooder, so I'm going to gather my materials. I'm done for today. For me, it's going to be about a week, but for you, it'll just be a couple seconds. We'll get the brooder built. All right, so as promised, it's the next weekend, and I do have the brooder all built and set up. I'm not going to go ahead and bother everybody with all the cutting and the screwing and stuff like that. It's pretty boring, but all I did was take one sheet of plywood. We ripped it into two by 8 foot sections. So this is a 23/32 piece of plywood. We bought a couple pine boards and we made a bunch of C-channels and we got some hardware. And what we did was we actually made 3 brooders, or one big brooder that is 2 feet tall and about 12 feet long. So here it is. We have this all set up. And again, my whole plan right here was for this to be modular. So what we have coming in a couple weeks is actually 3 batches of chickens that are small, 15, 15, and 25. They'll all be probably in or needing a brooder at the same time. So we only have 1 brooder now. We needed 3. This is what I came up with. The way that this works is you have 1 long box right here with a bunch of little C-channels. If I have 1 big brood of chickens, or 1 big batch, say we have like 100 chickens, we can pull out this pin, which will be a bolt in the future, just like these ones right here. I'm going to take this nut off, go ahead and pull the bolt out, and just slide this up and out of the way, like a gate. So now what we have is 1 large brooder, about 8 feet long and 2 feet wide, and then 1 small brooder. Or we could take that board out right there and have 1 gigantic brooder if we need. So as you can see, it goes right back together real easy. So no tools required, everything's just finger tight. This is probably just, you know, a one-off solution for us. It might not apply to you guys, but I thought it was a cool idea. Thought we'd share it with you. If you are kind of interested in how I put this together, we just have a 1.5 inch board right here. This right here is a 3-inch board and a couple 1.5s right here. The only caveat I did have to this was I did have to notch it right here to get the hardware in, because right here we only have about 1/2 inch of board that we can screw into with these bolts. So we had to notch this out right here, but it's not a big deal. We just screwed these in right here. I'm not using glue or anything like that. Well, we are done the brooder, which means I'm done for today, and that means the end of the video. So I hope you guys were entertained. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comment section below. And if you like the video, hit the like button for us. It does help us out a lot. If you want to watch our homestead grow, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you along. Until next time, guys, hope you have a great day.